In 1986, Tecmo released Solomon's Key. Was it any good?
Yes! Yes!
So you play as Dana, a wizard who can shoot fireballs and create blocks. I did not have high expectations at all, but it proved me wrong. I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm so happy!
Oh, let's try this again. I didn't mean it. Okay, it's just such an oddly timed fireball. Whatever. Oh. Okay. Have you ever played a create your own platformer? Because I hadn't at all. And I was super skeptical when I first picked this thing up, mainly due to the box art, but I was pleasantly surprised. I picked it up on the Switch Virtual Console, and then I got it on an emulator, and I just played the crap out of it for like 2 weeks, and it's a solid game. One of the most fun things about it is how elegant it is in its puzzle solving. There are levels where you have to build your own towers up to like scale up to these doors and stuff. It's cool. You should try it out. It's unique for the time. 1986? Isn't Ronald Reagan still president?
Marijuana, pot, grass, whatever you want to call it, is probably the most dangerous drug in the United States, and we haven't begun to find out all of the ill effects, but they are permanent ill effects.
Are you ready for the graphics? All right, so again, this comes back to, it's 1986. I will tell you, I compared it to Super Mario Brothers and Mega Man again. And while I would play through Super Mario Brothers, and I regret to admit this, I did not know the Goombas were mushrooms until like Super Mario Sunshine, where I could like actually, even in Super Mario 64, I couldn't tell what they were. I thought it was, I just didn't understand how the mushrooms of the Mushroom Kingdom that Mario saves would be the bad guys. Because you had the Toads, it just didn't make sense to me. But in Solomon's Key, you can tell what each enemy is. You've got ghosts, you've got dragons, you've got gargoyles, you've got weird humanoid dudes and aliens? Controls? They're controls. They didn't really blow me away, and it's hard to go from games like Super Mario Brothers, Mega Man 1 and 2, and then try to redefine like what a jump button is. You pushed up. You didn't push A or B. You pushed up. A and B had their own thing, and I didn't think it would be as jarring as it was, but the worst thing I have to say about this game is that the jump button sucks. So I will tell you what's great is you can jump and then change your DI as you're jumping. That is a lifesaver. No, I can't. Okay. Well. All in all, it's pretty fun. I had a blast, especially comparing it to other games of the time. I think Kirby came out a little bit later, so they kind of established a few more tropes that became commonplace. But Solomon's Key did a really good job of keeping my interest. I genuinely wanted to play more. I wanted to beat the puzzle. I felt challenged. It was nice because it gives you a simple set of tools, but it puts you in complex situations, so you always feel like you can do it. But whether or not you can put the pieces of the puzzle together is kind of up to you, and that is the trademark of a really good puzzle solver. And Tecmo went on to make a sequel to this game. But the naming scheme for these games didn't really make sense to me when I was looking them up on Wikipedia. The English PC version had a different name, and then Solomon's Key 2 everywhere else was named Fire and Ice here in America, which is like Fire and Ice. Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm gonna play it again some more. I'm gonna try to get to level 10. I don't think I could ever muscle through all 50 levels. I mean, even with the save state, it seems like an impossibility. And I've thought about how kids in the 80s would go up to these arcade boxes and just pump quarters into it to try and beat the 50 levels. There's no way. There's just none. Like, and yeah, I'm sorry, there's probably the game developers at the time were just like, that's way too many levels. You should have had maybe 25, maybe. And the first 10 of those should have been easing you into it, but they give you the first level, which is fun, easy to kind of get the concept of what you're doing and how to use your abilities. Then the second level and the third level, it just gets exponentially harder, like a bell curve. By the fifth level, you're sitting there angry. I just couldn't imagine not having a saved state when you're doing this. It would feel like such a waste of time and money if I was at an arcade throwing quarters into this thing. What? I would have spent $700 trying to beat this game. Oh, okay. I don't. Clearly I don't. Okay. There. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone out there. I've always had a long time dream of trying to make videos, and I hope I can make you laugh along the way. Thank you, Lauren. You've been the biggest help and the biggest support. Mom, I love you. Em, I love you. Thank you guys for always believing in me and always being there for me. You guys are all the best. I couldn't have asked for a better support team.